All right. I am waiting for the little spinny thing. There we go. We are live now. And yeah, just us two for tonight. Which is all good. Welcome in guys to another episode of Behind the Camera, and well, we got a banger for you. I know it's just my ugly bug tonight, and then obviously got Cody here, but brother, FD just decided to dump a mammoth load of news today, which you're part of, some of it. So, FD didn't technically drop the one part of news I'm talking about with you, but obviously they posted it, and yeah, I'm excited to talk to you about it. It's cool that that got released, and yeah, so we're gonna start with you because I'm gonna
Yeah.
wait for later to say my piece about the other stuff because I got thoughts. But thank you again, Cody Buchanan, for coming in here. Real quick, Cody, I'm pretty sure I misspelled your Instagram on my little thing on the show. So what is your Instagram? To make sure I.
So C Buchanan 272. So the
Oh, it
last
is
name
right.
is
It is
spelled.
right. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
So it's double C.
probably. Yeah. It's all good.
It's all good, brother. Awesome. So obviously you got you won Prospect last year. We had you on. It was awesome. But this is a new beast.
It is.
And obviously we got a new track for you as well in Long Beach. But first off, I just want to ask, how are you? Like, I'm sure it's super easy to just build the car up to the pro level and do all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's walk in the park. But tell me about your off season, boss.
I am tired and stressed and everything in between. We decided to build a whole new car, whole new 350 for
Oh wow.
pro. It's not done. Um, so my prospect car was actually out in Detroit at Brendan Greaves's place all winter.
Oh nice.
He was basically wiring the car. He was using the prospect car as a template to build a harness for our new pro car because it's the same sort of 350Z.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he had that car all winter while we started building the pro car. Well, about 3 weeks ago, we went to go pick that car up, realized we wouldn't have the pro car done in time, and just did basically a 3 week overhaul on the prospect car to get
Okay.
it ready. So I am beyond tired,
Oh, I
to say
bet.
the least.
Well, I got good news for you. Long Beach, probably one and two, are probably the two tracks that you could get away with a pro spec level car. Um,
Yeah.
this season. So, is it still like pro spec power and everything, or did you do something about that yet?
No, so it's pro spec weight, which was
Okay.
is pro weight because the car was quite a tank.
Well, it's also
But as
350Z.
far as yeah, and a 350. But as far as like the package goes, so Magnuson came on board this year with us,
Oh hell yeah.
and we got the new charger on. We pulled the engine out for a refresh. So the Pro Spec engine, it's all refreshed. Threw the Magnuson on it, making a little bit more power. We actually dynoed it on Sunday, and it's 871 to the wheel, and that's like
Oh.
accurate. It's not. It was a hub dyno. It wasn't a Mustang dyno, so if I threw it on like some other roller, it might make 900 something,
Yeah.
but 871 on the big pulley. We'll run that for excuse me, run that for Long Beach and run a smaller pulley and hopefully be around 950 for Atlanta.
There you go. And horsepower numbers are really relative. I mean, you look at a guy like Adam LZ who is like close to the like 1150, 1200 range, but you got to remember the almost more important stat for you guys is the torque. You know,
Mm-hmm.
at least that's what I feel like. I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like when you get to this level, I feel like torque is just as important, if not more important, than horsepower. And you
It
have
it
gobs
could
of it.
be honestly. I've This is the first time this car has ever made the dyno. So I
Yeah.
have no idea what our torque was in the past, let alone horsepower. The only thing I know is we're
Yeah.
3 pounds higher on boost
Okay.
going into this year. So we were probably right around 750, 800 last
Mm-hmm.
year in prospect. And
Right. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is like you have a root style blower, so the torque is going to come in pretty much instantly, which is going to be really helpful for these bigger tires they're going to be dealing with.
It
You know.
should. I mean, there's so much theory behind when the torque comes in versus like a turbo car. Because some people, when you get the boost leg and it like drops out of the power range, it actually grips the car up, and
Okay.
that's a theory in itself versus just overpowering the tire.
Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there is that, like you said, that part of overpowering, but I am curious to see how this year goes, and it. I feel like, and I don't know if you've been watching other people's stuff. You've probably been really busy, but like, I just have noticed the horsepower just starting to keep creeping up. Like 1,000 was like a big deal, probably 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I've seen like 4 or 5 cars already that are already well above that, just from what I've like well above it, and I'm just like, interesting. So I'm curious if it's people figuring out chassis grip that much better and using the tire to that advantage, or because it's an interesting conversation, but again, it's like I don't think you haven't had an opportunity to drive with a lot of these guys, right? Like this will be your first time.
In a competition setting, yeah. I mean, I've
Yeah.
driven with a couple people
Right.
in fun events, but
Right.
competition wise,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I am really curious to see how speed wise it feels for you out there. And I don't assume you've ever driven anything this powerful before, and sticky and big tires, or
Probably not. I mean, I've driven a couple 800 horse, 900 horse cars,
okay.
but I'll tell you this: we tested with the Kumhos after the dyno session,
Yeah.
and the car has never been faster.
Oh,
I
I
I
bet.
could barely even hit rev limit, and our tire pressures were pretty jacked up. It was wanting to grip up and bog the car down.
Isn't that crazy? Like
It's insane.
it's such a different level you jump from, because obviously in pro spec you half the battle is just trying to make those tires last and get what grip you can out of them, because I mean it's not like they're giant tires, but it's a big jump coming up here to the pro level. And um so like obviously Kumho announced it. I gotta find the graphic. I got a graphic that FD post well Kumho posted. Oh, there it is. Gotta switch it over so that you can see it. Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up. There you are. And let me. I gotta go to settings. Yeah, it's really
Da,
not
da,
great.
da, do, do, do,
I
do.
know, dude. I'm just making sure I don't mess it up because, I'm really good at that. But, so you see
Me
that?
too.
Or no?
No, I don't.
Well, that's right, because you're on a phone and you probably can't see display capture. That's what you need to see.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. Look at your pretty face in there.
No,
You
I'm a
look.
little cross-eyed in that
I
photo.
know you look a little lost. I'll be honest, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But Kumho did announce their what's up, Malik? Did announce their driver lineup. We got Andy Haitley, Jack Shanahan, Jeff Jones, Ryan Littrell, Rome Charpentier, and yourself. So obviously, I want to know the juicy scoop. Is there a new tire? Same tire? What's going on with Kumho? Because I think there's been a bunch of questions, especially what happened last year with them. And I don't know what you can spill the beans on, but it sounds like they're pretty nice.
Yeah, to my knowledge, it's the same tire that they used last year. They just
Cool.
kind of re-upped the stock.
Good. Good.
I mean,
Good.
everybody kind of knows about like the tire fire,
Mm-hmm.
the factory, and whatnot. Just going into this year, they got a bunch of tires that they brought out of the molds, and they brought them all to the factory in the U.S. So everything's good on the tire front. But I'm 90% sure it's the same tires last year, and a lot of people are running the 295 40s. Some are running, I think Rome was like 275 maybe.
Okay, trying to do a
Um,
lightweight deal.
I can't remember exactly. I feel like he was.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean, I'm
fairly new
sure.
to the game.
Yeah, I know, right? Um, Yeah, I got to talk to you about a track you know nothing about, and I'm
Yeah.
curious going to be your thoughts on it. But yeah, so obviously Kumho with the 6 driver lineup, which is good to see. I'm glad that they're not like just sticking to 3 drivers that they have to have. Like I'm glad they're letting a lot of people jump on, which is important because, I mean, it helps you guys out if we don't have if we have 4 tire companies and they all just want to sponsor 3 guys, you know, because that's what's
Right.
required, you know.
Yeah, and I mean they're dedicated to the sport.
Mm-hmm.
They wanna show what their tire can do. And I mean, like I said, I drove it on Sunday, and it is insane of a tire. But yeah, they're dedicated to the sport. I think they just signed like a 3-year deal with FD to keep being a part of FD.
That's
So
awesome.
they're here to stay.
That's cool. I mean, it's good to hear, and we need that. We need some stability, especially on the tire front, and you know, just another tire company that's going to be, and you know, and I'm sure it's like any other company. You know, they'll come in, they'll make changes, do improvements, and like I think their tire last year was plenty competitive from the guys I was talking to last year about it. So I'm excited for you, bud. What?
Yeah, it was. I mean, Jack podiumed like twice, I think.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's
Uh,
it is, and as you can see, Jack's back on him. So
Yep.
must have some kind of confidence if he's coming back. You know, I don't envy him building a car in 2 weeks, but you
Yeah.
know, teach their own.
Yeah.
But with that being said, what has been your strategy coming into Long Beach, if any? Because obviously new track. Have you even been to Long Beach before?
I went to LB2. I was there for
Okay.
LB2, not the first one. I did a lot of sim practice off in the season. In the last like month, I've just been straight up trying to get the pro spec car
Mm-hmm.
going up to snuff. So really, I haven't even been able to hop on the sim for a while. And
Right.
to be truthfully honest, I've been so tired just getting all this going and dealing with a whole bunch of other logistic
Yep.
stuff that I haven't really even come up with a game plan. And sometimes that's when we do best.
All right. All right. Flying by the seat of your pant a little. That's all right. I mean, with with this track, it's not a beginner friendly track. I would say. All I would say is good luck and you know have fun. But it's you've never been a guy that's been afraid of walls though, so I think you'll be just fine. And obviously I don't think we talked last year, and we might have, but yeah, obviously we got 3 oval tracks this year. Is that a favorite of your doing ovals and stuff?
I haven't done too much ovals. So like
Okay,
when we did pro spec, we didn't have any oval track.
correct.
The closest oval to myself is Elko out in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Matta like hosts a lot of events,
Yep.
or he helped do a lot of events there. So I've got a little bit of oval experience, but nothing extravagant.
Right. All right. All right. What So obviously you said you're making more power in the cars. Is there any other changes that you're making at the moment, or are you just kind of refreshing it on the other aspects? Because for what people don't know, or maybe they do know, pro spec cars are basically pro cars with less power. A lot of it, basically.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, I mean the main thing was just the Magnuson on that.
Mm-hmm.
It boosted the power up a good amount. I mean, we tore the car completely bare down to just the bare chassis.
Yeah.
Went through, tried to find any stress cracks or anything like that. Threw new wise fab on it. The old stuff is now becoming the spare package.
Yep.
And honestly, we took what was supposed to be for the pro car, put it on this
Gotcha.
pro spec car. We've got some new fuel coils. They're actually going to be delivered to us in Long Beach.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Yeah. Talk about like you said, flying by the seat of your pants. But when you talk to Odie, I assume you talk to Odie about you know the coilover side. What's
yeah,
kind
a
of the
bit, yeah.
debate going on with the 350Z? Is are they
There,
what do they like and what do they don't like?
there's not really a big debate with them. I mean, even Odie said like there's a Z that used to drive pro, and he said that was pretty fast in itself.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a very heavy car up front.
Okay.
especially like so our car is the iron block, so
Yep.
we just have to try to get the valving just a little bit stiffer to help with the weight up front, but everything else, I mean, it's not that insane of a car.
Right.
It's probably a little bit better than an E92 as far as like
Mm-hmm.
our rear arms go and whatnot. And the front is a double wishbone, so that's
Mm-hmm.
just super easy.
Right. All right. All
Yeah,
right. That's cool though. What's obviously you're talking about logistics and stuff. Like who's you got a team together? You got a spotter figured out? Who's rocking with you this year?
we do. Yeah, so I took my prospect team with 8 rounds this year. We kind of split it up. We did have
Nice.
a bigger prospect team last year.
Yeah.
We had 5 guys with us.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're doing for pro is basically half of the guys are doing 4 rounds, and then the other half are doing four. I've got 2 guys with me, Brandon and Dakota, who are going to be a full time team for all 8,
Mm-hmm.
and then my girlfriend's helping out with media for all 8 as well.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta have people that rock with you. So that's awesome.
but yeah, they've
Um.
been with me for ever since the dawn of drifting. So we've been with each other for like 7 8 years, working on the car, traveling events, all that fun stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. All
Yeah.
right, I gotta bring it up. We got 3 rookies coming in here.
Yep.
Is this your main competition for the year? Is this who you're eyeing down? Or you trying to do more? What's going on?
Well, I mean, I think the main competition is just getting into qualifying, right?
Valid, valid. Okay.
Yeah. I'm I mean, I think everybody's competition regardless. I mean, we're all
Yeah, yeah,
friends
yeah.
here, but
Mm-hmm.
so Cole Richards was a rookie when I was a rookie as well,
Oh yeah.
and he took the rookie of the year that year.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be sweet to get it, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. I mean, I just want to qualify.
Mm-hmm.
If I could qualify every round and make top 16 once, I think I'd have a good year.
It's actually a really reasonable take, and it's harder than it sounds for people that are
Yeah.
wondering. There it is not a guarantee to ever make it into a 16 ever, and it's a lot of drivers tell me that's like the worst battle of the day. Even the top level drivers, they hate the 32 battle because you just never know what's gonna happen, and then once you get into 16, you can like relax and be like, okay, we got somewhere. We had some kind of success. But like especially with no seeding this year, you're right. Like it's gonna be hard to really have a like I don't know if I want to say like happy weekend, but like losing like qualifying is gonna be like huge, obviously for rookies and stuff like that. But like it's gonna be tough not winning battles. If like that's like just how the year goes. It's like you get one chance a weekend to battle.
Yeah,
If that's it, it's tough.
I think there's 34 drivers as well, so
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be a few people regardless not qualifying.
Right.
And then you have the electronic, like the AI judging basically
Mm-hmm.
as well. So
Right.
there's a lot of factors to play, especially on tracks we've never driven.
Oh yeah, dude. It's I feel like it's gonna be a lot of trial and error, and unfortunately, you guys are guinea pigs,
Yep.
and that's just gonna be how it goes. But I am curious to see if they, obviously they should be sharing data throughout practice with you guys, from what I understand, which will be really important to see what you guys need to be doing in order to make the robot happy. Um, but yeah, it is a bit funny when you think about like the AI overlords. They're now taking over FD, and uh,
Right.
but honestly, I'm excited for it though. I think it'll be good, because there's always debate when it's a fully judged score, and you're just like, well, this guy got this score, and then this guy got a lower score, but he didn't make the mistake that this guy made. So there's always nitpicks from people. So the idea, hopefully, is to cut down on that and everyone gets the same AI judge. It's not like they're like doing different calibrations for your second run or anything like that. So it's ideally everyone gets the equal playing field. It's just whoever plays the game the best, you know,
Yeah,
and
it
hope.
should make it better. That's for sure.
hmm and what's your overall look on qualifying? Because obviously, I don't know if you even ever qualified regularly in FD since you've been here.
Yeah, our first year was
Okay.
the knockout qualifying.
Okay, gotcha.
We were always kind of like mid-pack qualifying. I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it.
Right. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how, like I don't know if Chen's ever qualified. No, he was Chen in before you?
Yeah, he was in before us.
Okay, gotcha. So he's actually qualified at the FT level as well. But I am
Yep.
curious to see who this benefits, who it hurts. I got some drivers in mind that I know, and it's a lot of the drivers that you'll see do good lead runs, like the best lead runs that you assume are going to be the best qualifiers. Um,
Hmm.
and then there's just drivers that are really good at battles and chasing, and that it'll be interesting to see the compare and contrast of who's constantly qualifying in the back half of the group, but still getting through those 32 battles and technically upsetting whoever their 32 battle is. I am very curious.
Right.
You remember the days? I still remember the days of, I think it was Denofa intentionally qualifying bad so that he could go against the top level guys and knock them out in 32. That was a
Yeah,
while
I do
ago.
remember that. I
hmm
do remember that.
So I am curious if it gets down to that, if that's going to be a strategy people play again, because that was definitely a thing
Yeah,
uh, towards the end of that.
it
But
could be.
yeah,
I don't know if they're going to do qualifying points or not as well.
oh yeah, that you make a good point. I have not seen anything. They haven't said anything about it. So as of right now, I'm assuming no, which I'm a bit bummed about because I think you should reward guys that are putting it out there and taking risks in qualifying. Um,
Hmm.
but again, we'll see. It's gonna be interesting to see how people. And I will say, here's what I will say: people want qualifying back, but I will say there was a time when we were doing double run qualifying, and there was a reason we left to run qualifying, and it was because it was very boring. Now,
100%.
I will say FD hopefully is improving on that with the AI judging. Not AI. I need to stop saying AI judging because it's not AI, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
and I feel bad.
Robot judging.
Yeah, but like the robot judging should make things run faster and hopefully smoother, um, and whatnot. But it is my theory, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. The reason qualifying in a place like Drift Masters is really exciting is because they have a 50 plus car field, and there is a substantial number of cars that don't make it through, so there's real stakes. And I'm not saying there's no stakes with FD, but I am going to point out though, at least one of these drivers is only doing a max of 2 rounds, I assume. So that's 33
Yeah.
drivers for most events. That's if the other guy that I'm thinking of is coming out and driving, which I still don't know about that. So there's not there's still obviously one person might not qualify, but there's not like the stakes of a Drift Masters where it's possible a really good driver is not going to be qualifying. You know what I mean? So I think
Yeah.
it'll
I don't
be
know if
hard.
it's the stakes, though.
Well, that's what I
I think
feel
it's
like
just the
is
drive.
exciting about that qualifying because they do like the 2 run qualifying. Where in
Yeah.
FD we're going to do the 2 run qualifying, and it's just going to be kind of placing people. But again, we'll see if people get excited about runs and stuff. I just don't know if we have a little bit of what's the word where we look fondly on things that maybe they weren't so fondly looked up on at the time. Um,
Yeah, I can't remember. My mind is kind of mush right now.
oh yeah, I bet, dude. It's I'm sure it's fun building a car in a short period of time.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I was kind of excited
yeah,
to try seating because I've never, so like seating came in when our second year, but we were placed in a position to not do seating,
Yeah.
and we've never been in seating. So like
Interesting.
I've never had that opportunity to hate it or like it.
Interesting. That's an interesting point you make there, because yeah, that means you just kind of had a free pass into 32 every weekend.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, that was perks of doing well with that system, was the guys that did well really didn't have to do much of a challenge to get into 32, really at all. You just had to show up. Um,
Yeah, well, our first year, the way they had it bracketed in Prospec was you had to make it to the top 16. It
right.
wasn't like the top 24 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, admittedly, you still had to win a top 32 battle
Right.
before not having to be in seeding.
Yeah. No. But like you said, you did good enough to where you never had to deal with it, and
Yeah,
you know, uh, you look at the guys last year. I mean, the rookies would start off in seeding, and then eventually, some of them made it out by the end of the year. But like, it was definitely it's a circle that you can get caught in if you're stuck in it every weekend, and it's not the
right.
easiest thing to get out of, the way they did the point system last year, which I wasn't a big fan of. But
Yeah, the points is a whole nother topic. I mean,
mm-hmm.
I know, so I'm pretty sure if you do the math for at least Prospec, the rookie of the year would have gone to Zelensky if they took the seeding points out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's a pretty big deal, and obviously, I don't think Colin had any chance outside of the first round to get those points, unless
Right. Yeah, he did really well in Atlanta and he never went back.
right, absolutely. How much time I got you for? Out of curiosity.
Uh well, one of my guys is going to walk through the door when it's time to go.
All right,
So,
sounds good.
I don't
Uh,
I don't have a timeline.
all right, we'll keep her going here then. So we're gonna take you out of this conversation real
Yeah.
quick. Give me, uh, who do you think is going to be top three this weekend if we can't pick you?
Top 3 Long Beach. I would go probably do James. I don't know where in the top 3, but I would put
Right.
James up there.
Yeah.
The car looks insane.
Dude.
Um,
When is it not? Apart from his first year here, dude, it's just like
yeah.
he does
No,
whatever.
I watched his OSW video,
Yeah, yeah.
and the transitions look so insane with that car.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, I'm
Gosh,
pumped
who
for
else?
it.
I wanna say Odie. I wanna say Odie is gonna be up there,
All right,
even with
new
the new
car.
car. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
even with the new car. And then I'll go Freddie as well.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, there's some interesting stories coming into the year. Dude, the Connor Shanahan to Jerry Yang I find very intriguing. It's because you have to drive those cars a bit differently than normal cars, at least from how it says. I'm sure Jerry can change the setup to suit whatever driver wants it to be.
Hmm.
But those cars look like they drive much differently than your standard setup. But that's just from outside looking in. Just
Right.
what a
I'm sure
power
he'll do
is.
pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Matsuyama drove Jay-Z cars and he
Mm-hmm.
adapted very well.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we get a full year of Masayama, which I'm excited for.
Yeah,
Uh,
that'll be really cool.
yeah, he's a guy that was like, came here in his S15, very Japan style, didn't really necessarily mesh well with the American style of drifting, and now he's back and is an animal. So excited to
Yeah.
have him back. I mean, the only other new guy is Higa, so we'll have plenty of Brazil flags in the top 32 chat.
Yeah.
uh, but no, it'd be good to have him back as well. But like I said, the race is between you three, obviously prospect guys, which I'm sure is a bit fun because you guys know each other well, and you guys get to kind of keep track of that race. between some friends, which I'm sure is kind of a fun experience, you know?
It'll be fun. Chances are we'll probably never see battle with each
Right.
other.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how FD goes. You could be
Yep.
friends with somebody and never run with them for 5 years.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's absolutely, especially with no seating, because I mean, in seating you probably would have battled a bunch, but yeah,
Right.
since
Correct.
since you guys aren't doing seating, unless one of you qualifies really well and one of you guys qualifies pretty badly, it's gonna be tough. Um,
Right.
but you know, when looking at the season, and obviously you're just scrambling to get it all together, but um, what's kind of the thing you're kind of looking most forward to going into the season?
Just driving, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put it simple like that. I do have a title that we're gonna announce pretty soon here that I can't
Hell
talk
yeah.
about, but I am super excited about that.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, we'll leave that part at that. But
Make
yeah,
sure to
I
check his
mean just the
socials. He's
driving,
got some cool stuff announcing.
it'll be really cool. It's gonna
Do you have a date and
turn
time
turn a couple.
for people to check it out?
I do not.
All right.
It'll be before Long Beach, that's for sure.
That's a good benchmark.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, like it'll just be fun cruising the country and hanging out with
Mm,
all the friends.
absolutely. You know, like you said, you've driven with a couple of these guys, but I think it would be cool to kind of just see how you stack up against other top of the world drivers, you know, and just see where you
Hmm.
can drive with them, even in practice, you know, because you're gonna have chances to drive with everyone in practice at least, and I'm sure that's gonna be
Right.
some cool experiences. And I will say, just a pre-warning, just from everyone else that has told me that has moved up to the pro series, and I'm sure you've talked to a bunch of people. Don't don't care too much about your body panels because they will be getting touched no matter what, from what it sounds like. So,
We've
uh,
got carbon Kevlar, so we're
there
we're golden.
exactly. So, that is that's always something that pro spec guys, when they make the jump to pro, they always tell me, they're like, "Dude, we just get like it's like a bumper cars out there sometimes." Just with how everything goes. But yeah, dude, it might not be as intense in practice this year because obviously the first practice sessions everyone's going to be doing qualifying runs instead of practicing necessarily for battle. So that'll be, I'm sure, a bit nice to jump into. But yeah, as soon as the battle practice starts, brother, it's game on out there, and it's really cool to watch. And I'm sure you're gonna have a blast. Is
I
there a
hope so. I like the bash car, not like bashing, but I do like the close door tandem stuff.
Absolutely. Is there a track that you were looking forward to this year that you haven't driven? Because there's quite a few.
I would say Vegas
Mm-hmm.
mostly because we won our license in Vegas,
Okay.
so
Hell yeah.
it'll be nice to go back there.
That's cool. Oh wow. You're in. Where are you out of?
North Dakota.
North Dakota. Okay, I knew that general
Yeah.
area. I just didn't know which state. Um, Dan, that's a bit of a trek, isn't it?
Yeah, back then they didn't have a series here. Now
Right.
North Dakota does. We do have
Okay.
our licensing series, but
Yeah.
back then they didn't. And then we were kind of trying to license a bit, and it was COVID time, so really we couldn't do many. We were signed up for like MDU, the Midwest Drift Union stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
they kind of canceled with low driver count and COVID and stuff. And
Right. Right.
um, the guys at Vegas Drift, they were super sick and put on like this insane event. So
That's
figured we'd
awesome.
go out there.
Heck yeah. You know,
Yeah.
that's what sometimes people have to do. Now I would say it's pretty abundant with drift events and stuff like that. Like, it's pretty cool to see. Like, I gotta finally test my car and the changes I made to the car over the off season on Saturday, and there was like two different events I could have gone to, which is crazy.
Hmm.
In Michigan, and it's like freezing, but we still like have drift events going on, which is cool.
Yeah, even pro-ams, there's like what, 10 pro-am series or something
Mm-hmm.
like that now.
Yeah. No, it's there's if you want to go to FD, there are ways to get there. If you have especially if you have the budget.
Yeah.
um, to get there. And I mean, you look at the list of pro spec guys. Like, dude, there are so many new guys this year.
There's like 14 rookies for prospect or something.
Yeah, dude, I'm sure there's gonna be some kind of shakeup there because that's a ton of rookies, dude.
There's got to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting, and don't take this the wrong way, but I kind of said earlier I was like, prospects almost the more interesting series when it comes to drivers because like we know all of you guys in FD.
Yeah.
We kind of know what to expect. I mean, obviously there's always going to be surprises, people in new cars, all that kind of stuff. But like we know all of you guys in pro. There's a bunch of guys in prospect I've never heard of. I'm like, dude, I'm excited. Like this is where I get to learn about these kids. Like the guy Jerry Johnson was a guy that I didn't really know last year, and dude is an absolute ripper and a funny dude and like a fun surprise like that. Like that's cool, So
yeah, prospect and a lot of people are like not media trained. I'm definitely one of them. So you get more stories out of it too. Like you get to actually hear their side of things versus like the whole cutthroat media trained answer.
Dude, it's crazy, and that's something I kind of like about you is you like to have fun with it, even though it's not like you're not like super professional all the time about it, but like I think that's the fun part about you, And I think
I
FD
try to be real,
And I still remember your interview when you're like, I think either you went off in Atlanta or something. You're like, yeah, it was like you couldn't hit restart button on the controller or back to pits button or something like that in the interview, and I was like, that's funny. I get for those that
that was Jack Davis. I believe it was the Jack Davis battle. I think he parked it in front of me or something, and I hit him.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was.
But yeah, I mean, I was a fan of FD forever, and you get so many pro drivers who, when Lorette comes and asks them, it's such a cutthroat answer, and it's not what they really think, and they've just trained to say what they said. And I always told myself I don't want to be that guy who's like basically reading from a prompt. I just want to be honest about everything.
No, 100%. It's FD needs it. I've always been the guy that's like, we need guys that want to fight each other too, but you're not that kind of person. But like,
no,
I want my Christoph Blues back, and Dean
Matt
Cruz.
Field flipping Freddie off.
Yeah, we need. I always enjoy a little bit of drama, even if some of it may be manufactured. But we'll see. We did actually get another announcement that was a good announcement from FD today, so we'll hit that one up first. I gotta find the graphic. There it is. My lovely friend Greg. Little teaser.
Greg.
We're doing 2 shows this week, and he might be a part of it on Thursday. So.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so I'm excited to have him on, and we're going to talk about this because I'm excited for it. I mean, I've already talked to him about it, but we're going to talk about it publicly. I'm excited for him. I think FD has needed something like this. Not that I don't like, and I'm not saying I don't like Lorette, but I feel like Lorette is kind of in her box of what she can do. She goes, does the interview, and then cuts to something else. Like whatever's in the program or whatever battles next. This is going to be, from what I understand, before 32. So he's going to be walking around talking to people in the pit area and actually getting maybe some of the actual stories that are happening in the pits, talking to different people, drivers, fans, having a little fun with it. And I'm actually really excited for it because I think FD needs more fun, and this is fun. So props to FD for when they get props. This is worth props. And I know Greg's excited about it too.
Yeah, it's definitely a different space than Lorette. I mean, I think it works in both regards. Like what Lorette does is amazing, and just to be able to talk shit with Greg in the practice sessions is going to be insanely fun too.
Exactly. Yeah, because like you said, they have 2 different jobs. Like Lorette has to get the point of whatever the thing is going on at the time, and you got a limited amount of time to talk about it. So, yeah, it's a very like cut and point or point and shoot kind of style of interviewing process. Where Greg, it's a little bit more off the cuff. You know, things might be said, that maybe aren't the most professional, but that's kind of the fun part about it. And like you said, Greg's a fun guy, and I'm actually super stoked for him. Stoked for FD. Like I said, we need more of that in FD. We need more people following their drivers, their story. That's how you become a fan, honestly. And it's funny. Like everyone brings up F1's Amazon show, and you were able to build relationships with those drivers almost, and become fans with whatever was the villain of the show, or one of the underdogs in the show, an underdog team, and just being able to showcase more of that in FD, I think it is crucial, because not all people are going to be fan of the technology and the cars and how much horsepower this car is making, or who's using this tire to do this, or who's using this suspension to do this. And like, I like that stuff. I think it's really cool. I think it's really technical. Some people are just more emotional, and they want an emotional connection and a reason to follow the series. And that's where I feel like FD could use help, is if you have more of the emotional underdog, the emotional connection to, the privateer that's just barely making it, or more of the, or like a bit of rivalry between these two guys that have battled over the years. Like, you give people a chance to have an emotional connection to the drivers and their situations, and I think you add that audience to the mix as well, which is really important to kind of get at, and which is where I think you would shine in something like that.
Yeah, the behind the scenes stuff is super cool. I mean, look at the Kevin's Corner. Like, I love the Kevin's Corner just from like diving super deep into that. And like, how many times does a driver wreck right before top 32 in the top 32 warm up session that you just don't even know about?
Yep. No, 100%.
Well, now you're gonna know with Greg.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I mean, the thing is too is, like, Greg's a guy that somehow just makes even a terrible situation like a bit lighter, and like I don't know, like, he's just that bubbly personality where I feel like he can just jump into any scenario and just roll with it, and I think it'll be really good. So
He's one of the people that I've talked to him a few times this off season, and every time I hang up the phone, I always have a smile on my face afterwards.
Absolutely, dude. It's contagious, man. So I'm hopeful he brings some more people into the sport because of this, because I think it's underrated how emotional, like the emotional side is for people in this sport. I don't understand it. I'm not that kind of person, but I know other people that are like that, and that's what they like. And it's a cool. I think it's, like I said, it's something cool that FD is doing this year. Any other points that you wanted to make about the car that's going on this year, the program? Obviously, you are going to make that big announcement on the title coming up very soon here. Also, is there any, like, when you're going out there, is there going to be cool stuff at the booth that you got going on? Like, give me a little overview of the program this year.
There will be. I can't really talk too much about it because it's going to be integrated everything about what I haven't talked about.
Okay.
I will say we will be doing merch this year, like we have done in the past, and I'll be doing some giveaways as well.
All right.
So
all right. Can I get this out of you?
What's up?
Can I get this out of you?
What's that?
Color scheme. Can you give me some colors for the year or no?
There's some pink.
Okay.
And there's some
pink.
blue.
Oh, so we're sticking with pink and blue, maybe different shades though.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. I just wanted to know, because you always had one of the most colorful pit areas. I had lots of pink, actually, if I remember correctly. Even the suit was you were rocking the pink. So
Absolutely.
I was just curious if the bright colors were going to come back. So that's good to see.
They will be in some regard.
Okay.
That's all I will say on that. I really wish I could have dropped all of the news already, but like
No,
us,
you're
we're a
good.
little last minute. And
Oh no, you're good, man. It's it's just like you said. You're just trying to get the car, everything ready to rock and roll, ready to go. It's I understand. I was in the same position with my car, trying to get it ready for this event that I wanted to drive before I went to Long Beach, and just trying to get the car working and everything. And not everything went perfectly when I went and drove the car, but it was good enough to get some testing in and to learn to drive basically a brand new car. It was wild. It was my first It was my first time driving the car with a real angle kit, and we had more power, a real alignment on it. She boogied, but I also had
Mhm.
to drive it completely differently than how it was before,
Right.
and it took a minute. It
No,
took a minute.
other than that, I mean, the only big news or the big thing is the big tire,
Right.
better supercharger, same engine, same old good wise fab, good at feel coils. Fuel lab came on board, so that's super sick. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like the car, pretty reliable as far as that goes. Hopefully, knock on wood. We're gonna really try diving in more on the merch side of things. Obviously, we know we're not going to be like a podium finisher in pro, so I wanted to really put more of a presence out there. And we're not LZ; we can't like sell hundreds of thousands of dollars of merch, right?
Right.
So, an idea that I had that we're going to do in Long Beach, and hopefully it maintains through the rest of the year, is we've been trying to find giveaways to do to
Yeah.
just come in, get like a sticker or something, and get entered to win. So
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be giving away, at least for Long Beach, RC drift cars.
Ooh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's creative. I like that.
yeah.
I sh-
So hopefully that does well, and either way, some dude or some kid is going to walk away with an RC drift car that they could do it at home.
awesome. That's sweet, man. Awesome. Well, obviously, I don't want to keep you from working on the car for too
Yeah,
long, but
yeah.
yeah, you're getting the signal. You're getting the bat signal to go. So,
It's been for about 5 minutes now, but
I
we put
apologize,
them on.
but yes.
You're good.
Give me socials. Where can people find you at? And you can head off, boss.
Instagram, cbuchanan272. TikTok, hardly post there. I probably will more this summer, but same thing. YouTube, we haven't posted much, but we're going to dive really deep into that again this year as well. That one is Garage272. We run our own carbon Kevlar business, super far behind right now, just with the pro car and trying to catch up on a lot of things. But that one is 272 Motorsports on Instagram as well.
Awesome, buddy. I want to thank you for coming on. Be sure, guys, to go check him out. One of the rookies, hopefully having a good time this year. All
Thanks for
right.
having me. We'll see you around.
Awesome, buddy. See ya.
All right, bye.
He's got to figure out how to get out. There he goes. All right. It's just you and me, guys. It is just you and me, and we're going to have a conversation because there's some news that came out, and there's a lot of scenarios there's a lot of takes to kind of go at this situation, and so we'll definitely go into it. But before we do, I just want to hit some of these comments, and then we'll get into the big elephant in the room. All right, Mike. Already, this should be an interesting stream with popcorn. You're correct. This is going to be an interesting stream. What's up, Malik? And then FX Fusion. Getting in qualifying with 30 drivers showing up. This is true. We need 32 drivers to show up to make qualifying interesting. I am hoping that happens. And this was a conversation I had last year about the driver count. And it will still be a conversation about the driver count this year. Now, I don't think that's going to be our biggest worry now for the season, but like I said, we'll get into it. Daily Driver Media all season, I guess. Well, we will be out there. We will be live. I'm sure there's going to be limitations on what we can do. But yes, I have some ideas that hopefully will be helpful for you guys that like YouTube. And yeah, so just stay tuned on that part. Connor is going to hurt some feelings. I thought the same exact thing. I felt like an idiot ranking him in the 11th, 12th spot in my rankings. I did say, in my defense, I said if he's driving the same car he did last year, I was going to rank him in the 11th, 12th spot for the season. Now that I know he's driving on Jerry Yang's car, which, by the way, never mind on that. In Jerry Yang's car, I'm probably putting him more in the 6-7 spot ish now, because I think that car is fast. I think it's got the grip. I think it's set up, and he's a wheelman. So I'm not putting him quite at championship level status, but I think he's gonna do really well. And if he sticks with it for 2 seasons, then he might be in that championship conversation for me. What else we got? We got last couple practice sessions have been insane. These guys are gonna kill it right off the trailer, dude. Seeing some of this, like you said, practice footage of some of these guys' cars are bananas. Like the power numbers I've been seeing from some of these guys, like 1150 is like standard now for horsepower. It's bananas, dude. It's wild. Just watching Adam's car in his videos do the same corner, and then you watch a car with like 400 or 500 horsepower go by, and it's just like, it's so boring. It's insane, dude, watching these cars in the grip that they're going to be putting on. So yeah, it's going to be, I think FD's taking another step this year when it comes to the power and pace of the cars. I hope people are going to be ready for it, because it's going to be wild. What's up, MB Drifts? Greg is going to be the hype man for the event, dude. I'm so excited for it. I'm so happy for Greg. And yeah, like I said, tentatively, we are going to have him on Thursday at 8 p.m. We're going to do a special second show this week. And because I will be in Long Beach next Tuesday, and I can't promise on doing a show because I might be filming real life drifting, or actually, we'll probably be live streaming that. Yeah, we'll be live streaming the media day on next Tuesday, so you guys should be sure to check in on that, so that'll be the first live stream of the year in FD. Right, all right. Powerful Lance, I want to hear about the news. Well, if you haven't heard about the news, I suggest you check Formula D's Facebook page now, or your Instagram now. To be fair, I understand if you missed it, because FD has posted like 6 or 7 things after this post, probably for good reason. Because it's not been pretty in the comment section. And I have one comment I would like to bring up, who actually is not on their page, but I think is important for people to see. But yes, we will get into the news. All right. I have delayed it long enough. I don't want that. I want this screen, and we got the announcement that Formula Drift is now going to be broadcasted on a place called Racer. Now, I'll be honest, I've never heard of Racer. So that's what I got on that. But it was interesting. There was a graphic I saw going around. Sorry about that. On how to actually watch the top 16. So let me lay it out. I couldn't find the graphic because I was gonna grab it and put it up here, but now I couldn't find it. But if one of you guys have a link to that graphic, the one that's like where you has the boxes and you can see what you can see, if you can link that, I'll pull it up. But I just couldn't find it after I saw it earlier today. But long story short, if you want to watch Formula Drift on YouTube, you can watch, I believe it's qualifying, and then you can watch top 32. When it hits top 16, you have to watch it on either the Racer channel or app. Now, I will say in the announcement, FD said you could watch it for free. There's a huge caveat to this, though. Yes, you can load the app, throw it on your phone, and probably watch the top 16 for free. But again, it's another app you got to download, and I get it. Like, Driftmasters does this, but I will say Red Bull puts on a show I think that's worthy of putting it on their own channel, where it's that good of a show. FD, as of last year, I don't think can make that claim. Now I've heard there's going to be improvements to the live stream this year, and maybe they can justify going on a app or a sole channel like this, which I'm hoping for. I mean, that's best case scenario, right? Like, it's like they massively now improved the live stream because of this. Like, that is best case scenario. Do I believe that? I don't know. But so there's an app that you can get on your phone. I tried to look it up on well, there's no link in the chat. Maybe you can't post links in the chat. Someone message me on Instagram and then DM me, and I will see if I can pull that up, because apparently, at least not from where I can see, there's no links. Okay. Let me pull that up when I get to it. Yeah, so someone just DM me on Instagram. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Sorry. So we tried to look up the Racer app on our TV. Couldn't. There was no Racer app on TV that I could find. The only Racer channel was on YouTube Plus, which you obviously have to pay for to watch. I assume if you go onto whatever internet browser is on your TV, which is always the easiest thing to use with a remote, and then you type in the website Racer or whatever, and I'm sure you can watch it on the Racer website if you went through that route on your TV. But as of right now, which is a huge, by the way, pain in the ass, a massive pain in the ass. So that's not ideal either. So as of right now, I don't think there's an easy way for at least my family, for example, to watch the event on the TV, which kind of stinks. But yes, there is no YouTube free live stream of Top 16, which is a huge bummer. And I'm struggling right now, because you guys know I love FD. I want to grow FD. That's my main goal for this whole channel, or one of my main goals. I don't see how this is good in any way, shape, or form for anybody in this space. And I'm really looking at, like, trying to find where there's any good here. I don't know. There's not going to be a chat, which is like another big L in my opinion. You're automatically decreasing your audience. Like, there's just no ifs, ands, and about it. If you make someone go download another app, like, people aren't going to do that, especially the casual people, which is a bummer. And I don't know how you justify this unless someone's getting FD's getting a fat stack of cash, which I assume is what's happening. But are we gonna see it on our end? That's what I want to know, because, like, there needs to be a huge improvement in either the live stream or something to justify, in my opinion, doing something like this, because you've just, I would assume, half your audience. Just guessing. I mean, and there's no hard evidence of anything I'm saying. I feel like you just half your audience just looking from the outside in, though. Which, if I'm a sponsor of FD, what are we doing here? Because I don't think that was in the discussions in some of the contract talks. Maybe they were. Maybe they knew this was happening. But from what I heard, I don't think that was. So if you're a sponsor of FD, I'd be kind of asking what's going on here, because you just probably halved your audience, I'm gonna assume. And you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but it just sucks, you know. It really sucks because, like I said, I can see why Drift Masters is on Red Bull TV, like, and they can justify it because it's that good of a stream. It is that good of a program, and the Red Bull app is on my smart TV. I can just download the Red Bull app and watch it on TV. It's super easy to use. This is not on my TV. And you go and look at the comments on the posts, like it's like what are we doing here? But it's like I don't get it. All right. So, thank you, Jacob, for texting me in the chat. He brought up some frequently asked questions. And I guess we can try and pull this up. I have to copy this link though. And we can go through the frequently asked questions and see if it's going to help us at all. But I'm struggling, you know? I'm struggling because, don't get me wrong, this helps me. Like, this means more of you guys are going to tune in the live streams that we do, because that's going to be the way that you guys can communicate. And we're going to do, you know, and do what we can afterwards, after the event, you know, to post what we can on YouTube and stuff. Like, it's, it's going to benefit me. Because now they've just made FD more exclusive, so people are going to be going now to whoever's posting on social media the fastest they can, you know, and that's something I could do. But it's like, in general, I don't get it. So let me copy and paste this, and while I am doing this, I'm going to pull up a comment that I think everyone should see. This is on the, gosh, what's the podcast? Is the Facebook group? What is the Facebook group called right now? You guys know the Facebook group. Why can I not think of the name? It's not, it's whatever podcast. Why can I not think of the name? I am going insane right now. That line keeps popping up. It's kind of funny. All right, so let me pull this up. Follow link. All right, so we got this FAQ. So we will go through this in a sec here. But yes, so here is the message from Adam LZ on the topic. He says, I think Formula Drift being streamed on YouTube was huge for the sport being exposed to new eyes, potentially the future of the sport. My take, as this may not largely turn people away, but it will definitely slow down new eyes entering into the sport. Drift Masters made it work with our Red Bull TV, but that's also with Red Bull's insane budget and on a platform that has a lot of other things to, I assume, offer. I like to consider myself a pretty big drift guy, and I have never tuned into our Red Bull TV apart from when I was competing there. I just watched the highlights on socials instead. That is a pretty big voice if I would, you know, if I could ever pick one, right? You know, it's like, that's not ideal. And I agree with everything he said, and it's a lot of what I was iterating. Like I said, I don't understand how this helps, other than maybe put some money into some people's pockets that I'm not sure we're going to see, you know? But let's check these frequently asked questions out that Jacob sent me. And yes, you're right. Maximum Driftcast. Thank you for reminding me, Jacob. All right. Frequently asked questions right here. Let's make this big. All right. Do we have to pay watch any FD broadcasts now? No, everything is free. They don't tell you that you have to download an app, though, that probably wants your information. So that's how you're paying for it. Or they also don't tell you that you might have to jump through some extra hoops to possibly even watch it on a TV. Like it looks like I'm going to have to. I mean, I will be at the event, but let's say the wife wants to watch it or something. I watch on YouTube. Does anything change for me? You can keep watching on YouTube just like usual. The only exceptions are Racers Live Show, Grid Walk, and Top 16. Okay, so the live show that Greg's doing is going to be on Racers program, which, okay, that's fine. Grid Walk and Top 16 Pro. It's interesting that they say Pro, so it sounds like Pro Spec's going to be on YouTube, so that's good. How do I watch Grid Walk or Top 16 Pro? You can either watch directly from Racer Plus app, which you can download on your phone, or Racer Network on cable, which is what I think we saw on YouTube Plus, but of course you have to pay for it's not YouTube Plus, YouTube TV, which of course you have to pay for YouTube TV. FD will also embed the Racer Plus app player into our new website when that launches, probably by Road Atlanta. So you can't even watch it on FD's website until Atlanta. So that's unfortunate. Right. This isn't helping. Reading this is not helping. Where can I get a Racer Plus app? You can download it from any app stores. That's cool. Racer's website for free, just like any other app, except if it's not on a TV. Right. Yes, everything's still true. Nothing changes. The only real change in FD can be viewed in more places. That is incorrect. It can be viewed in less places. Just pointing that out. And we are being supported by the largest motorsports media company in North America. Right. Okay. I've never heard of them. Okay. Largest motorsports media company in North America. Okay. Okay. Well, then you say what you want. What is Racer Select? The Racer Select is the Racer channel on connected devices from yada yada yada. Many other make Racer thus FD Live more available than the entire cable industry as a whole. Racer Select is a native program with 40 million. Okay, I don't care what Racer Select is. What should I watch on Racer Select? Does it cost me anything? Nope, everything is still free. It's just all of the hoops you have to jump through. Okay, none of this is really helping it go better. Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna read some of your guys' comments now. I'm curious. I'm sure it's all gonna be constructive. Oh, okay. Like I said, though, I mean, you know what question is not being answered here? Will, after it's live, because Red Bull does do this, Red Bull, or Drift Masters does this, they do post, I don't remember the time period afterwards, but they do post the full top 16 on YouTube as well, after it was live. I don't remember the time period afterwards. Will FD post the full top 16 on YouTube afterwards? Oh, is Mav TV? That is where the Racer Network came from. Okay, so I didn't know it was Mav TV, but also, okay, like, cool, I guess, but I'm not sure. I mean, you're not competing with Google. MavT is much smaller than Google. I mean, I don't even think MavTV can shake a stick at Google. YouTube is the biggest platform on the planet, and it's not even close when it comes to watching videos. Like, it's not even close. So there's no argument that, oh, it's on more places. No, it's not. It's on less places, and that's not an argument. You're on a smaller platform that is more limited. Like I said, it's not that's not true, you know. It's I didn't know MavTV rebranded, but I don't. Again, I don't. The people outside of America, I have no idea. Good luck. Like, I don't know if you can get that outside of America. I assume you can, but again, I don't. There's no question. There was no questions about what if you're outside of America. There's no answers here about that. Oh, here's that graphic I was talking about. But there's nothing about that. There's no information about, hey, is it going to be posted on YouTube at a later date? I hope it is, but if not, other people can post videos after the event that might show what the runs are. So there's that. Wink, wink. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna start reading comments, and hopefully we can talk ourselves through this, because this is, yeah, like I said, this is interesting. Racer covers most of USA Motorsports. Okay, cool. I still have never heard of him. I mean, I've heard of Mav TV, but again, cool. It's still a smaller platform than YouTube. Honestly, I don't watch the top 16 of Draft Masters. I guess I only watch what I can on YouTube. Yeah. Well, it looks like you're only watching 32 on FD. Oh, I'll go back to the line. Dude, that line was doing a stretch, right? Free on the web page app. But okay, yep, we know that. I was really hoping for Red Bull TV to pick up FD. Dude, that would be sick. Can you imagine if we had Red Bull TV? Brother, that would be sick. Actually, no, Rockstar is amazing. FD didn't hear me say that. Rockstar is king. Wink, wink. I think it's on FD's section in the news section. Gotcha. So no more YouTube. Only it only is called YouTube Plus. It's YouTube TV, right? If I'm correct, I think it's YouTube TV. You can only watch it on your TV. I'm like I said, you can probably search it on whatever search function, like internet browser you have on your TV, and look up the Racer website and watch it on there. If you've ever navigated the internet on your TV, let me know how that goes, because I've never really done that, and even typing in a search bar with a TV remote is hell. So that's interesting. Let's see, is a huge step. AMJ asks, says, this is a huge step back for the growing sport. Only thing growing is the stakeholders' pockets. I don't see any lies detected there. Hard to grow when you're restricting so many people from having easy way to watch it. Valid point. No, chat, you gotta download the app. There's people that just tune in to talk shit. I think, in my opinion, an underrated loss is the chat. I think it's a huge underrated loss, because I think, as savage as the chat can be, I think it's a huge community that can grow and is a lot of fun to be a part of, and I think that's actually a huge loss for FD. And like, you gotta assume, like, FD was making some decent money off the YouTube revenue. Clearly not as much as Mav TV was offering them, but guess we'll find out. I guess there will be a lot of people asking the stream or where to watch the stream, like Drift Masters, and it's just how it goes. D1NZ also lost ground after their deal with Sky Sports. I mean, that's just how it is. It's been received overwhelmingly negative. I've seen it discussed. Mike said that. Yes, you can go look at the comments on the FD posts. I think there's a reason they posted like 5 times after this post to kind of push it down in the feed a little bit. Drift Masters was on YouTube for most events. They would post it on YouTube after the event was over, which, again, I don't have a huge problem with. They didn't specify that here, and that's kind of bothers me. If Dean wins again before the last event, let's see. Yeah, oh, it just went back down the bottom. Xbox doesn't have an app. My Samsung doesn't have an app. Hell, I'm gonna watch top 16, and you're not gonna watch top 16 on your phone. So, yeah, it's yeah, the app is not everywhere like it was stated. It's not on my TV either. The thing that pisses me off is that Sage is gonna push it harder and say everyone is wrong. Bro can't help but pissing in people's faces and telling them it's raining. I mean, I haven't heard from them, so I can't say that. Like, I really hope FD has some kind of explanation that's not, oh, it's on the largest motorsports network in the U.S. because it's smaller than YouTube. I don't care if it's the largest motorsport network. It's smaller than YouTube. You will have a smaller audience no matter what. Apparently watch it with a Samsung TV. Let's see. We got some more stuff. Racers is an international platform, so they stream PTCC, for example. So it sounds like you can get it overseas, which is good. I'll get the app and see if it's available in the UK. YouTube's so simple. You can literally watch it everywhere and on anything. Yeah, YouTube is the way. If it's not posted on YouTube after the event, I'm done watching FT. They will post the last event before the next event to get people engaged. I really hope it's not like that. I really hope it's like a 5-day thing and then they post it, but that'd be kind of lame. Seems to be a free subscription, correct? Like they said, there's nothing that is you have to pay for in the subscription. The problem is it's only on your phone. Or I assume you can like look up the website on your computer, but what if you want to watch it on the TV? Then you gotta go type it in on whatever internet browser you gotta use, which is a huge pain in the dick. I was already there today, and all they do is direct you to their app. Hopefully they change it by the time FD comes around. My main thing is who is actually hosting their servers. Don't know that. Just logged on Apple TV, can watch David Stacy's Gears reruns. We'll see how it actually works on the free account come race day. Not subscribing $100 to watch. Definitely prefer YouTube. The chat was fun. I started a whole food war in the chat while seating, I think, last year. Are they punishing us for complaining about the shitty seating last year? I don't know how you positively spin this. I really don't. But it's just tough, man. It's a tough. I mean, if you think about it this way, every other major motorsport, you think of NASCAR, you think of Monster Truck, you think of all of those series, they're all on cable and not on YouTube to watch for free most of the time. So if you want to look at it in that FD is moving up in the world supposedly and becoming more of a recognized motorsports brand across America, and they're going to take it more serious, and you're going to have to pay to watch it like any other cable network. Like, okay. Mike says hopefully it's an April's Fool's joke. Yeah, I don't think it's an April's Fool's joke, buddy. It's pretty this would be one of the most in-depth April's Fool's jokes I've ever seen. A driver I know tried to spin it as they can use it to get watch parties and how it's better to be able to get sponsors. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know how you sell this to sponsors, dude. This is if I'm a sponsor, I see this as a negative. because you're getting less eyes on your product, on less eyes on the car, less eyes on the top 16. Like, I don't know how you sell this as a positive. Cool, the show is on Mav TV. It was on YouTube, and which is a bigger platform. And maybe that's not how people work. Maybe they like the name Racer TV or whatever, even though I've never heard of Racer TV. But if it's Mav TV, then I've heard of that. Yeah, Cody, it's not on Amazon devices. I have a Amazon TV, and it's not, the app is not there. So, is qualifying on YouTube? Yes. So YouTube, just a reminder, YouTube has top 32 and qualifying. So you can watch that stuff, but you cannot watch top 16 on YouTube. FD, and this is an interesting take. FXT Fusion says FD seems to think that traditional media makes them more successful, while the only reason FD got big is YouTube. I don't know if the only reason that FD got big is YouTube, but I would say it's a good contributing factor to why it was successful and why a lot of people could watch it, was because it's easy to watch. You don't have the established 75 years or however long NASCAR has been running of that to bank on. You know, FD's only been around for 22 years, 23, I don't know. Not very long. Didn't NOS step away from FD? Well, Rockstar is the one that is the one that sponsors FD. Rockstar is the title, or was the title sponsor. I don't know if they still are. For this year, but they were the title sponsor of Formula Drift last year and the previous years. But again, I'm a bit lost for words when it comes to this. It's on IGTV. You mean like Instagram TV? I guess I don't know what IGTV is. This feels like a huge step backwards. Sucksman been here since the beginning of the shit streams. We've gotten to the point where the stream's been easy and accessible. YouTube quality's gotten pretty solid over the years. And like, here's the thing: I've never, like, obviously Red Bull's quality YouTube is better, or quality is better than the stream FD did, but I never thought the FD stream was bad. Like, I always thought it was solid enough. But man, yeah. So this is I didn't want to bring a huge downer. We are gonna hit a couple other things up. This is the Long Beach show, and we've talked very little about actual Long Beach, so we will get into this. But I did think this was an important topic to bring up, and it does not affect any of my streaming stuff, like practice and all the stuff that we do during an FD round. So we will still be doing all of our practice streams and hanging out with you guys. I will say we do have some changes at Daily Driver Media at FD this year. So I will announce that stuff next week. So there will be some changes on like personnel for for Daily Driver Media this year in FD. But yeah, we'll talk about that when that comes up. And yeah, so like I said, you can still obviously tune into our channel and check the latest content that is going on at FD. Where is the next thing that we want to talk about? Right. Let's bring the other news up. I know we did bring up this to Cody Buchanan. He did reiterate to us that Kumho will have plenty of tires this year, even with the issues they had last year with the fire at the facility. We, like I said, briefly mentioned this earlier. Andy Haley and Jeff Jones, I think all of these guys, except for Literal, was on the tire last year, and obviously Cody's a rookie, so he was on the title. So looks like those two guys have moved over to Kumho, and they keep the other four guys. I think the guy that left Kumho would have been Tealo over to Kenda, because we talked to Tealo, was it a couple weeks ago about that? So that is one of the changes. But it's good to see that Kuma's coming back strong after what happened to him last year, unfortunately. So props to Kumho for coming back. What else we got here? We have, we did briefly hit on this as well, but Greg is going to be running the Grid Walk show that's going to be on the, I will say, Greg's show is not going to be on YouTube. Greg's show will be on the Racer app. So that's where you can check out Greg and get some cool insights from him. I'm super excited for him. Top-notch dude. And yeah, excited to see what he can get out of drivers, because the dude is hilarious and pumped. The next thing I wanted to check out was rookies. We knew about this already. This is just your rookies for the year. Cody Buchanen, Nate Chen, Cole Richards, all prospect guys coming up. And should be interesting to see how the new guys perform this year. Obviously, they're fairly familiar with FD as an actual organization, but again, a lot of these tracks are going to be brand new for them this year, and excited to see how they do. Which brings me to Long Beach. Now, obviously, this is the drivers list. We don't have brackets, obviously, this year because we're qualifying, and then the bracket is made after they qualify. So we can't do the fun battles, who do you think is going to win thing. But what we can do is do who you guys think is going to be a top 3. Maybe a surprise driver that you think is going to do well in this round that maybe, is higher than what you would normally think he would finish. So there's going to be some fun stuff that we can still go over and have some fun with. But let me grab some more questions here. Why are there so many TV stuff? What do you mean by that, Johnson? Isn't there an FD app? Why couldn't they use their app to implement it on? Because they don't get paid if it's on their own app. They get paid if it's on Mav TV. So that's how that works. Wonder if the stream still has blackouts on the new platform. I shouldn't have blackouts. Yeah. It better not have blackouts, brother. I have to deal with that to watch hockey like that, and that's awful. It's terrible. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. They better not have blackouts. I don't think. No, there's no local channel that would be announcers, or it's all done by this. So there wouldn't be blackouts. Let's see, what do we got? FD stream was really handy, so of course some meddling. Dickbags had to stick their nose and annoy everyone with their right ideas. We pretty much know the qualifying order from last year. We do know a qualifying order, but we don't know where they're going to finish, so it doesn't really matter on a qualifying order, at least in my opinion, it doesn't. I feel bad for the companies that paid for sponsorships on the cars based on views and numbers on a media package on a YouTube that's free to anyone versus some random app no one's heard of. Okay, so here's I just thought of a positive spin. So let me try this. Will this make you guys go and answer this in the chat and let me know your thoughts. Will this make you guys go check out Drivers Media more? Especially if, for example, you miss out on top 16. Are you going to go and check out Drivers Media more, you think, because of this? Or do you think it doesn't really change how much you would check out Drivers Media when they post it if you aren't able to see the top 16? Because that would be maybe a positive you could spin towards the company and be like, yeah, we have more social media engagement now because more people are checking out our social media to catch up what's going on with FD and stuff. We got a yes from Flex. Got a no from Mike. Pro involvement. I only really watch Jame and LZ's post-round reviews. Valid. Dean, LZ, Turk, top 3 qualifiers. That would be interesting. Got some faith in LZ there. Or in Turk, I mean. No change likely for you. Yeah. I mean, that would be the only spin I could have for from a driver standpoint, maybe. But, again, some people might just put the name on their docket and be like, yeah, we're on MAV TV or Racer TV, that it's called now, or Racer, whatever it is. But who knows? All right. So, I was just curious. I just had a thought. So, all right. This is the list of drivers that should be competing. Minus, I assume, Vaughn Gittin. Unless maybe he is driving Long Beach. Have you guys heard? Has he said anything about Long Beach, Vaughn? I don't assume he's driving. But let me know if you guys have heard Vaughn is driving or not. Because we, from what it sounds like, most likely having 33 drivers, I assume, assuming Manoa is there. Again, I thought Manoa was doing rally, but I guess he's here driving too, so that'll be cool. But give me your top 3 qualifiers. And this is tough because we haven't had examples of qualifying in FD in, 4 or 5 years? So, Haley asking, where's Kurtis? Well, Kurtis is busy working on stuff, I assume, for you, bud. He told me he was working on cars. I assume it's your car, right? Is your car ready, Andy? Is it ready to rip? Vaughn is doing Atlanta and maybe Long Beach too. Okay. So, yeah, Vaughn's not going to be here. So we got 33 drivers. Meant on the show. Yeah, well, he said he's working, man. He said he's working on your car. That's what he said. He's busy. Too cool for me. That's what it is. Yeah, so give me your top 3 top qualifiers in the chat. For me, I mean, it's hard to bet against Dean. I mean, just based on history. A guy I am really curious now that the info's come out is Connor Shanahan, like you said in the chat. Andy, engine will be done Friday. Jeez, oh Pete's Andy. Sounds like Andy Haley's putting an engine in the car this weekend. Drifters will be drifters. Let's be honest here. Drifters will be drifters. I know it. I know it is because I did a bunch of stuff to my car and we finished. It was up to the last minute to get it done before I drove on Saturday, which was a lot of fun. We got VM41K45 says number 1 Connor Shanahan, number 2 James Dean, number 3 Manoa. Interesting. Stay Sideways 1830 says Turk Dean Lemaire. Must be Canadian. I'm gonna assume you're Canadian. Patrick Laporte 180SX says Connor Dean LZ. I do like that. I do like that one. Interesting that you're putting Connor first. David says Freddie James Lemaire. Dude, you guys got a couple Canadians in here, I think. A couple Canadians. Not saying Tommy's not going to get top qualifier, but I've never seen Tommy qualify. No, it's a lie. He did qualify in Pro Spec, and I think he did usually pretty well. So maybe we'll see. Wild Car Lemaire, interesting. Okay. For me, it's going to be tough to not have Dean in there. I am intrigued with Connor Shanahan. Freddie Osbo's always done well. Matt Field's always done pretty well here as well. Oh, man. Obviously Manoa. But Manoa's never qualified in FD, I don't believe. Gotta remember that. I don't think he has, at least. I'm trying to remember. The kid's like 17 and he's had like 4 years of driving in FD already. It's insane. I actually don't know how old he is. I just know he's young. Denofa number 1 for sure. Yeah. I'm curious if Denofa is going to be out there. You guys heard anything about like whether he's spotting for anyone or doing anything like that? I haven't heard from him in a minute. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go Dean, Matt Field, Freddie Osbo for qualifying. For my top 3. I think that's what I'm going to go. David says I'm not Canadian, I'm just impressed with TLO. You know what? That's okay. He's got a slick car. Like, I love the C7. It's great. Manoa did well in qualifying in FDJ. That you are correct. He did do well in FDJ. And you got to remember too, like, qualifying is all about beating, not necessarily beating, but what's the word? Getting the most points from a robot, and whoever games that system technically is going to win. So you got to remember that's kind of what they're looking at. You got Dean, Turkey, Castro, Mike. Dang, with the Turk love there and Castro. Jeez, that's an interesting lineup there. FX Fusions is Connor, Odie, Dean. Got some faith in Odie with the new chassis. Odie in a new chassis. Amjas says, Odie in a new chassis worries me. He's probably going to need a round or two to get you settled. You know, that's what I'm feeling, but you got to remember Odie's a wheelman, so curious. You got to keep in mind, though, Odie is in a new chassis, new engine setup, because it's now NA with nitrous. And so there's a 2 new combo. There's a 2 new strikes that he's got to navigate through. So we'll see. We'll see on that. But again, I don't think there's going to be much danger. I'm going to assume someone breaks. Like, there's a really good chance someone breaks, and everyone who makes a run through the event is going to qualify. I'm just going to make that assumption now. I don't think we're going to have anyone actually get eliminated that is made a run through the track. And that's just my opinion. DCS says Olsen, Manoa, JD. Getting some Simon Olsen love there. I will say Simon Olsen is a guy that low-key might be my pick to, like, qualify really high, that maybe wasn't as high in the standings last year. So yeah, why don't you guys give me a guy that was outside the top 10 in the standings that you think might make like a top 3 or a top 10, or sorry, a top 3 or a top 5 position in qualifying, if that makes sense. I could pull up the FD website, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, so bottom 10 or below in the season last year, who do you think is going to qualify the highest out of that group? I think Olsen's a really good option from that. You got to remember Connor Shanahan's also in that group. So, but I think Simon Olsen's a guy that I think qualifying really benefits him. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. Sirote, Novak is not driving this year in FD. Sorry to burst the bubble, boss. Don't sleep on Masayama. Dude, valid point. Masayama is a ripper. In Jerry Yang's car. Rome, question mark, from VM41K. That's a good one. Rome's usually pretty solid. Would be curious to see how he does. Literal's gotten in top 5 a couple times. You're right. And, I saw him testing. Looks like the car's ripping, healthy, ready to go. You got an Angel LPZ1. Connor Shanahan. I agree with that one. David H6543. Olsen's a weapon for sure. I agree. Miles Johnson. Why is no one talking about Brandon Sorensen? Dude, bringing up Brandon Sorensen. That dude is a ripper. I agree. That is actually one I hadn't thought of. I think wasn't he in top 10? No, he wasn't. He had a bad year last year. That's right. Um, might be a dark horse for sure to get a top 3 spot for sure. He's definitely had moments of brilliance and moments of greatness. I'm trying to think if if we've had him in qualifying in the pro side. I don't think we have. So this will be a first for him on the pro side for qualifying. You got another Connor Shanahan. I completely forgot. Rip. Yeah, sorry, Sarot. I assume it's a funds thing, but hopefully in the future we'll see him back. One of those dudes that I was really hoping to see this year. Angel says 2 times Driftmaster champ being in Jerry Yang's team this year. I'm hyped, dude. It's I heard the rumor that he was joining Jerry Yang a while ago. But again, it's rumors. You never know if it's really gonna happen, right? And yeah, dude, it was it's pretty cool when he finally announced it, and like, dude, it looked like he was having a lot of fun in that car too. So low key, I'm not putting him at like championship level for me. I think I said this early in the stream. I did have it like 11, 12 if he was driving the same car he drove last year. Obviously, he's not doing that. He's on Jerry Yang's car. So I moved him up to like my 5, 6 spot for this year. In terms of competitiveness, I think at the end of the season he's going to be at like 5 or 6. But yeah, dude, it's pretty exciting. I think it adds a really interesting wrinkle into the season that we need some interesting stories. Oh, I got a good question for you guys. I'm just thinking of how I want to phrase it. Jack Shanahan is building a car in 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks, it seems like, for Long Beach. How do you think Jack Shanahan is going to do? Do you think what we're going to see what we had happen last year, where he had some freak accidents kind of take him out? Or do you think that car competes flawlessly throughout competition? I'm not saying practice, because I'm sure they're going to have their gremlins in practice. But do you think by the time we get qualifying and competition, do you think we're going to have a working Jack Shanahan car? Because that's an interesting one. Connor asks, where is Herbie? Herbie is, I believe, working. I think that's what he told me. But, you know, like I said, this is not a... It's you gotta remember Herbie's over in West Coast time. It's not a great time for him to jump on the stream anymore, unfortunately. Just with his job now. Have you seen progress on Jack's car? I haven't looked actually. I'll check the old Instagram to see if he's posted any updates. I mean, you guys could just tell me if he's had updates, but I have not seen something pop up on the timeline. Doesn't look like. I mean, I have not seen an update from him. Unless this is one. Day 5 of 16 BMW 1 Series build. We have huge progress so far. I mean, that's good. It's the last 10% that's always the hardest, though. You gotta remember, when you're putting together a car like this, it's the last 10% that usually goes wrong. I mean, it doesn't have an engine in the car. At least from this video you posted the other day. I mean, the seat's in it. That's cool. It's a cool seat. You need more than a seat to run, though. Oh, man. So... I'm confident Jack's gonna rip. I am. So here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Jack's not gonna rip. Whatever he's running. I'm asking, is the car gonna let him down? I just still don't completely understand Jack's choice to build a brand new car in 2 weeks this time. I agree. I don't understand why you wouldn't just use one of Rome's cars. I can't imagine it would be cheaper to build your own car and do your own program. Like, how is that cheaper than... Unless you're, like, getting all the parts for free, I guess, maybe. Then it's cheaper than renting Rome's car. I don't know. I'd love to ask him. I'll when I see him in Long Beach, I'm gonna ask him, why he went this route, because it is not a route that seems very easy. Where will get Rob on? When will we get Rob on stream? Are you talking RV Media, there, Drew? I'm sure you're gonna see him this year on the stream, actually, quite a bit. So, don't think Jack's anger style suits FD tandems, but might do very well in qualifying. Interesting, because I was kind of thinking. I mean, it's just true. He is a very good qualifier, and if he has a working car, I'm sure he's going to do really well. But that's kind of what I was debating or talking about. But yeah, we're almost at the 2-hour mark, so let's do the pinnacle question that we need to get answered here. Obviously, we can't go battle by battle like we did last year, which was really fun. But who is your podium for the event, guys? I want order, okay? I don't want just 3 names. I want 1, 2, 3. Who do we got on the podium? Who do we got in second? Who do we got in third for Long Beach? I want to see that in the chat, because there's a lot of question marks. And I can tell you, obviously, one of those not question marks is going to be James Dean. And honestly, I think every event's James Dean's to lose. But who do you guys have on the podium this year? And it's going to be hard for me to venture off of the guys who I thought were going to be in qualifying doing well. But there are some guys that I think definitely battle better than they will qualify. A guy like that, I think, is going to be Adam LZ. I don't think Adam's going to be a number 1 qualifier at any of the rounds, but I think he's going to be an absolute menace with that car that he has. So might be an interesting thing going on there. Oh, that's lame. Okay, there we go. I was like, my chat in Streamlabs wasn't working, and you guys were all putting stuff, and I couldn't see it. So let me catch up here. He's a good driver. Seems like self-sabotaging. Bro's treating this car like Reddit Treeks on his YouTube channel. All right, so Connor up to the plate first. He's got field winning with Dean and LZ. Dude, that was literally what I might have said, or I think I was going to say. Because LZ is, like I said, a guy that I think is going to do really well in battles. Matt Field's a guy that does really well in battles. Obviously, Dean does really well. Connor Shanahan's another guy that I think is going to do really well in the battles. Manoa obviously can drive. Osbo's always there. But I like that. I like the pick there of the field DNLC. That might be mine. Drew says Odie. Ooh, Odie with the new car. Hughes. You know, we haven't spoken much about Hughes. Low key, forgot, might be a guy to be a really good qualifier. He's a guy that I think is going to do really well in qualifying. And 3, Cole Richards. Dang. Okay, that's a hot take. Not saying he's a bad driver, but, it's rookie year. You're driving Long Beach for the first time. It's a tough one, man. I feel like Long Beach is where experience really matters, especially on entry. So I'm definitely picking veterans here. We got Sarot says James Turk Connor. Dude, with the Turk love. Interesting. Connor says Dylan Hughes ain't hitting top 10 this event. Interesting. All right. We'll see how that goes. We'll see. Angel says first James, his favorite track. True. Yeah, it's true. Second Osbo. Third Connor. That is very respectable. I can't really argue with any of that. All I know is the Ferrari will DNF. You know, I will say he won't DNF if he makes it through the run and someone else breaks. Then he won't DNF. All I'm saying is the day that Federico Sharifo wins an event and I put $25 per event on him to win, you'll see me driving an FD. Hashtag Ridge. Nice, Connor. VM41K says Manoa, Osbo, Dean, fourth with Turk. You guys got a lot of faith in Turk. If I had to put a guy that I was not like, I don't know if I have the biggest faith in, it's probably him, just based on how he drove last year. I wasn't a big fan of it, and I mean, you see, I'm happy to be proven wrong, but I'm saying Turkey might be maybe a disappointment this season, unfortunately, just based on driving last year. But yeah, I think for me, I think I'm gonna have Adam LZ winning. He's got me convinced with that car, dude. Like, watching that thing drive, it looks like an absolute monster. I think he's gonna beat James Dean in the finals, and I think Matt Field's gonna qualify well and out qualify whoever gets fourth. Because I don't think we're having a third and fourth place battle. So it's whoever's higher qualifier. So I'm picking Matt Field for third. So I think that's going to be my lineup for Long Beach, which could get spicy, man. Could get spicy. Is Denofa spotting for me? I don't know. I do not know. But it should be interesting. Like I said, should be interesting. It was a fun stream with you guys, though. It was a good stream. Ton of you guys in here, which is great to see. And we will be doing our first live stream during media day at FD. It's kind of I'm trying to remember how the setup is. It's usually kind of weird how they run it, but yeah, we will have a live stream of some sort going on during media day next Tuesday. I don't have times for that yet. There's not really much information out about that yet, so we will be doing that. So be on the lookout for that. Possibly doing some interviews down there at the event if I have time. It's a very busy time for me because it's my free time to like catch as many drivers as I can as well and film a bunch of stuff for everyone I need to film stuff for. So I can't promise a actual interview live stream down there, but I will try and have some fun with it. But it's going to be a lot of hit or miss. Just keep looking out on the channel. We'll have updates when I can. But yeah, I mean, regardless of everything going on, I'm personally excited for this year. I think it's going to have some of the best driving we've seen in ever. You know, I think guys are coming to the plate with some serious builds and some serious cars. I think we're going to have some of the gnarliest battles we've seen in a long time. So I'm hoping we get that. I just hope you guys are able to watch it. And regardless, if not, like, we'll be filming all the runs, so I'll post as much as I can on the YouTube channel. So be sure to, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell if you want to get all the updates. I will say I am posting some more DDM IRL stuff on installing stuff on my personal car. And then we did have a test day this Saturday, which was truly mind-blowing how different the car was for the few things we did change to the car. But I will go all into that in the videos for DDM IRL. And then DDM IRL is also going to be, I'm going to be filming at the events I go to. So Long Beach and all of the FD rounds and all of the Drift Masters rounds I'm going to go to. But we're going to be doing a behind-the-scenes series as well, covering what we go through during those weekends. I did film the one from Seattle, and then I had some issues with some Utah footage that kind of made it quite difficult to do that video. And so that's why that one never got finished. And then I didn't want to do the Irwindale one without doing the Utah one. So I will continue and get back on that this year with they're not after movies, but like IRL videos from all of the events we go to, which is a lot of fun. Again, we'll have announcements on our team members for the DDM team as well next week. And yeah, no, there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and I think we're gonna have a good ride this year. It just might be a little bit different at times, but I think it's gonna be a fun ride. I think we're gonna have a good ride, and yeah, that's really all I got for this stream. If you guys have any thing going on, let me know. But Mr. Young asked, important question. How are you? I'm great, actually. I'm working on a bunch of different stuff at the moment. That's not really for me, but for other people. And it's some pretty cool stuff. So be on the lookout for some different channels that you guys know I work with a lot. And should be some cool stuff. I think I've seen a couple things not released yet that are pretty cool when it comes to cars and liveries. And I think you guys are gonna be pretty excited when it comes to some of the liveries that come out. People are doing some good work on that. Also, I'm trying to work on a livery for my car too, but it's a slow process, and I'm kind of picky in particular. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm excited. It'll be my first time like doing all that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, no, I think like I said, if you want to learn more about what's going on with me, just check out the DDM IRL videos on the channel. Yeah, thank you, David, for checking it out. Will there be a practice live stream, and who is doing it this season? I guess we're gonna find out, Connor, aren't we? Guess we're gonna find out. But yes, there will be practice streams, but I can't reveal the other part yet. Good dude, awesome. Yeah, and oh, duh. I said it earlier in the stream. There will be another live stream on this Thursday. 99% sure. I don't know about tandems with randoms. Because we're doing that other stream beforehand. Might do it if we do tandems with randoms. We'll just go drive Long Beach and have some fun driving Long Beach next Thursday. If we do. There's just a lot of stuff going on right now, so it's a busy time of the year. But like I said, planning on a Thursday stream at 8 p.m. with a guest that I mentioned previously, and if you want to know who that is, watch earlier in the stream and you might figure it out. We got a question from Owen Smart. He's like, what's your opinion on my question above? And his question above, I'm like, it's like one of those pictures where you read and it tells you to go look at the other thing, and you read what that thing says, and then you go read that and you go look at what it says to go read, and then it's just, yeah. Does Adam have an even faster car when he's already one of the fastest on grid? Actually going to help him, or just carry on how he's been for the last 2 years? Let's see if I can get this right. Does Adam have even a faster car than he's had when he's already had the fastest car on grid? Actually going to help him carry out on how he's been. Here's what I'll say about Adam and his car being one of the fastest on grid, and it's going to be even faster this year. Here's what I'll say on that. If he can handle it, which he's a wheelman now, but he does make mistakes. This is the thing with Adam, and this is why I don't have him winning the championship. I think he's going to win at least 2 rounds, but I don't think he's going to win the championship because he does make mistakes. I mean, you look at like FD Long Beach, where he puts into the wall pretty bad. He will make those mistakes. But I also think he'll put on some of the best runs we'll see all year, and some of the like fastest runs we'll see all year. So for me, I think he's going to be pretty close in that race, but I think he's going to have one race that goes poorly because he just pushes it just that little bit too much. As we know, he loves walls, and he loves destroying the back half of that E36, RIP. But yeah, I think he's going to be a problem for most people. I think he's going to be a real problem, actually. And it's going to be really interesting to see how many other people have also upped their program and speed and power to keep up. Connor says, I'm very worried for Adam's success. been a fan for many years and don't want the last two to be a fluke. Not gonna lie, I don't think they're flukes. I think he's a good driver. I think he will get his podiums this year. I think he's gonna get his podiums. I think there's gonna be an event or two where it doesn't go perfect, makes a mistake, and it'll probably knock him out of championship contention. But I think I have him in like the 5th or 4th spot for the season. I think. Similar to where I have Connor Shanahan now, I think I have him right in that range for me. And yeah, I think he's going to be a real problem for some people. I think there's going to be a battle or two against some of the top guys where he just smokes them, you know. Phil asks, any word on Jeff? You mean Jeff Jones? I have not heard any words. Like, I haven't heard any word on Jeff, no. Are you referencing something, Phil? Because that could be a question. Because assuming everything is as normal as it is with Jeff normally, running his 350 or 370Z on Kumho's. Because I saw Kumho obviously announced that he was one of their drivers. But yeah, that's all I got on that. All right, it was great. Like I said, great hanging out with you guys. We'll see what's going on this Thursday. There will be something this Thursday. I just don't know what yet. For sure, but most likely going to be another stream with a homie. But yeah, I think we're gonna end her off here. Again, huge thank you for checking out the stream. Had a bunch of you guys in here. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy when it comes to this stuff. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I see what they're doing, and I just don't think it's good overall for the sport. And that's the side I'm on. I'm not on any side. I'm not on any company side. I'm not on any I'm not gonna go bat for FD when I don't think they do the right thing on something. I've been very vocal on the things I disagree with FD, but I still love FD and I still love going to FD, and I would love to see the sport grow. And that's why I bring up all these points that I was making earlier about doing this and going over to the racer program, because I want to see the sport grow. I want to see more people involved, and it's just out of love is where I'm coming from, and my opinion on where I think they should be focusing on to grow the sport. And personally, I just don't think this is it, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. I would love to be proved wrong. I would love to see this racer program be the biggest platform on the planet to watch drifting and stuff, but for some reason I don't know if I just have my doubts on that. But it is what it is. Like I said, huge thank you for checking out the stream. It's been a bit of a, it's more of a venting session for me, right? More of a venting session. But again, thank you for checking it out, guys.